probably came in and saw her and were like, oh my God, I need this in my life. And they probably already bought her. What was that? My family calls it my superpower. It's my ability to see value in things that other people might overlook. Sometimes I go picking with my boyfriend, sometimes it's my best friend Sue, and sometimes it's my kids. But at the end of the day, it's all about having fun and hopefully just maybe making a profit. Okay, out on the table here in front of me, I have everything from our past 2 shopping days with Sue. We actually filmed it in one day, but split it up into 2 videos because otherwise it would have been like 45 minutes, and that's a really long video. So, the first video, we went to the community aid, got some really good stuff, and the second video, we went to Goodwill, and I got some more good stuff. But, I have some real surprises in here that you're just gonna blow your mind. You're gonna be like, how much is that worth? So, I'm really excited to reveal those to you because you will never guess. And no, it is not Catherine Pastrami, although I bet that's what you're guessing. Anyway, so the stuff from the Goodwill, I actually was like way ahead of myself and I listed it and I peeled off all the little stickers. And so now I don't know what I paid for it, which, you know, I was like, yeah, everybody's always complaining I don't have stuff listed. I'm gonna get this listed before I do the haul video. And then I don't know what I paid for it. So I can tell you that my trip to the Goodwill, I did not spend more than $30. And we'll go over that stuff first because we're talking about it, why not? So one of the first things that I got there, I can't even remember. It was Catherine Pastrami. And that's not actually what it says on the back. It's Kathleen, it's a very difficult name, but anyway, it's just this pottery bust, probably from a school project. It says 109 on the bottom, homeroom 109 or whatever. I would not advise anyone to pick these up if they're thinking of making money on this. I started this out at $2. See, here's the thing. When I go shopping and I pick these things up and I make a joke of it and I'm like, oh, look at this. These are typically things I would never in a million years buy for resale because I could not make money on them. But because I made a joke about them and because I was like, oh, this is funny, ha ha ha. And I made like a huge deal about it in my video. Somebody is going to comment, I want Kathleen Pastrami. And then, you know, I left her there and somebody else probably came in and saw her and were like, oh my God, I need this in my life. And they probably already bought her. What was that?
Doesn't taste like pastrami.
Oh my God. Go back to your fossil project. So anyway, so I just grabbed her and I listed her up as a starting bid of $2. But I would not recommend that anyone else come across something as hideous as this and try to buy it for resale. It is because of the YouTube channel that I am able to buy this and sell it for hopefully $2. I'm hoping I can get $2. I paid $1 for it, so I do know that because I was scraping off the tag and I'm like, I can't believe I paid $1 for this. If I can get $2, I will be very happy. So that is the first thing that I got at the Goodwill, and it gets better from there because the second thing I got was Happy Raccoon here. I could pick him up. He doesn't want to come off the table. Ah, Happy Raccoon. And you can't look at this raccoon and not be happy, so I don't see why anyone wouldn't want this raccoon hanging on their wall. He's made by Homeco. I pick up a lot of stuff that's made by Homeco. You guys know the foam owls, and I picked up some geese a while back. The cat, the white cat, that was Homeco, and the little people, the little kids, those were Homeco. This is also Homeco, and it's just a little happy raccoon. Now, he doesn't usually sell for very much. These little raccoons usually sell between $8 and $15 a piece. But gosh darn, are they cute. And I think I only paid $2 for this. Usually don't pay much more than $2. I'm guessing at this point, just so you know, I'm guessing. When you guys are gonna add up all the prices and be like, well, that's not $30, but I'm pretty sure I paid $2 for this. And yeah, I'm gonna expect to get anywhere from 8 to 15 for this. Cute little fella. Juliet saw him. She has not seen him. It would be on her wall. I guarantee it. Okay. Also, let's talk about this because this is kind of fun. You guys saw me pick this up. It is a modern kitty cat. And I thought, you know what? That cat is cute. And before I even went and looked at the comments, I realized, hey, you know what? There is a signature on the back of that. And as I was listing it, I did a little research, and Laurel Birch she did ceramics, and she did these kitty cats. And some of her work sells for really good money, so I was so pleased. And then I went back to read the comments on the video, and everyone's like, that's Laurel Birch. So you guys knew that, and I didn't. But now I know, and now I'm gonna be looking for these. But I love the bright colors. I love the butterflies. So this will probably sell between $18 and $25. That's what they normally sell for. But she does have different designs that go for more money, but the butterfly cat, this cat, that's usually what it sells for. So I did pretty good on that. I paid probably $2 for that as well. So that was kind of a nice surprise because I didn't notice the Laurel Birch on it when I bought it. I just bought it because, hey, it's a cat, and you guys know me and cats. I just can't help myself. All right, let's talk about our bird. So this is just nothing special. It's made in Japan, porcelain bird. It has no chips or cracks. If it did, I would probably have skipped it in this case. It is Norleans, not to be confused with New Orleans. It's Norleans, Japan. These don't sell for a lot of money, but when you pay $1 for them, which I believe I did, I'm going to make probably $12 to $15 on this little bird. So it is, you guys know we like birds here in this house. So there is the bird, and let's see, we can talk about this little guy. Now, this guy is made in Uruguay. Uruguay. And I'm gonna tell you exactly what he is, and I can't pronounce this unless I'm looking at it. So give me one moment to pronounce this for you and totally butcher it at the same time. Artisania rinconada. There you go. That was just a one and done. That's what this is. And it's actually a collection of little critters, and they have all different kind of wildlife. And this is just a little raccoon. And now it looks like he's eating a pickle. I believe he's actually eating a fish. But these can sell anywhere from $18 to $25. So I think I did pretty good with him too. And it was just the cuteness factor that attracted me. See, I did very well with the cuteness factor on this, and I was very pleased. It led me in the right direction. It did not lead me astray. All right, what else did we get a good one? What does not have a tag on it? That's the question. Let's talk about this. This right here is our surprise piece for the day, because I was going to list it, and I'm looking it over, and I'm, you know, wiping it off and cleaning it off, and I noticed that there is a signature back here, and it says Piri. Piri, what the heck is a Piri? So I look up Piri Ceramics, and it turns out that she's actually kind of famous, and she makes some really, really nice things, and those things sell for between $200 and $300. So I think I did pretty well with this. Now granted, this piece has some condition issues. There is a flower missing here, there's a flower missing here, and you can't really tell, but there is a dark spot here that I tried wiping off. I could not get off. I think it's kind of soaked into the clay, whatever it is. You can see it kind of. I mean, most people would be like, Jocelyn, that's not a spot, but I feel like I have to be hypersensitive to these things. So, and you can probably see it in the eBay photos, because I pointed it out and I'm like, there's the spot. But anyway, with the condition issues, I don't know how much it's gonna sell for me. Honestly, I paid maybe $2 for it. I paid $2. Let's just say I paid $2 for everything. I maybe paid $2 for it. So I started the bidding out at $28. I'm gonna see how it does organically. She had another piece online, which I believe sold for $150 recently. So it could go up, but I don't know how many people are looking for her work on eBay. So it could sell for less, but it's a really nice little purse face. And I would have never, I just thought it was interesting and it was unique. And it was a piece I'd never seen before. And I usually do pretty well with pieces I've never seen before, so why not? And we did pretty good with that. Very pleased. We'll see how it does. 28 starting bid. I might be kicking myself after the fact. I've done that with a few things recently. Like, why did I do that to an auction? You know what? It doesn't matter. I didn't pay very much for it. because I know if I list it for buy it now, I could have gotten a better price for it. I just noticed this mug is cracked, but we're not at community aid yet. We're still talking about Goodwill. We've got this etched decanter and these 2 glasses. Now, when I was listing them, I noticed that one of them has a very, very fine little flea bite. Just the finest little, that I didn't actually notice until I was running my finger across the room. That's how small it is. But unfortunately, I believe that's gonna affect the value. I noted it in my eBay listing, but I've got the decanter, I've got the 2 matching glasses. There was a similar decanter that sold online for $50, just the decanter. So considering we have the 2 glasses, we might be looking at maybe 60, 65, considering the damage to the 1 glass. That glass is kind of just thrown out basically, but it makes a nice set. So it could go high, it could go low. It depends on who comes across it and who wants it. I do believe I have it listed. I have all the stuff from Goodwill listed at the moment, and I don't know what prices I have them listed at, because I usually start pretty low on everything though. Let's see, what else do I have from Goodwill? Oh, the plate. We've got this plate that Sue actually picked out. I'm gonna break stuff. This is made in Germany. You can kind of see it. It's got birds on it. It's got this orange border that maybe looks a little bit like luster, but it's more of a vibrant neon luster, so I wouldn't necessarily call it luster, but it has that quality to it. It's just more of a tangerine. It's not that subtle creamy luster that you would expect you know, when you describe lusterware. So this piece right here, probably you're talking $15 to $25. They don't sell for very much because it's not hand painted. This is transferware. So you can, if you look at it, you can see the little dots. It's not hand painted, but it's still a nice piece. I like the contrast of the orange with the birds. The maker itself is not going to increase the value terribly. So like we talked about in our last video, we're selling it for the value of the plate and not for the value of the maker, because the maker isn't really significant. It's just a pretty plate with birds on it. We'll go there, that's what we'll say. So I think that's pretty much everything from the Goodwill. Oh, we've got this, okay. We've got our Carnival glass mug. And this one still has the sticker on it because I didn't list this. I paid $1 for this Carnival glass mug. Now, this is called Orange Trees. I don't know if you guys can see the pattern there. It's early 1900s. This is marigold. We've talked about Carnival before. The marigold is very common. It's probably the most common. So this isn't worth very much. You know, it's funny, I was researching it. They have one on there, I think it's Cobalt. And it's listed for like $900. I'm like, whoa. Little optimistic, aren't we? If they can get that, right on. But I doubt they'll get that. This sells $15 to $20, optimistically. But I'll probably end up holding on to it. I have quite the Carnival glass collection that I've just acquired from pieces here and there, paying just a couple dollars at thrift stores and flea markets and wherever I can find it. So I'm more than likely gonna hold on to that one. Sorry guys. Let's see here. I think that is everything from the Goodwill, unless when I was listing stuff I left it all outside on the table. That's right, I've been doing my listings outside on the table. Those of you who look at my eBay listings are probably like, why is she doing it outside? Because it's nice outside and I want to sit outside and do my listings outside. That's why. Let's see. Yeah, we're moving on to community aid now because I don't see anything else from the Goodwill out on the table. So let's talk about this. You guys have seen bowls similar to this before in milk glass. Obviously this is not milk glass. This is blue, but it is Westmoreland, and it has this open lace. We talk about open lace. This is open lace. It is Westmoreland. It is blue color. I paid $6 for this. These sell for about $20 to $25. So I'm not gonna get a huge turnaround on it, but I thought it was pretty and figured one of my viewers would appreciate it. So I'm gonna stop the video right there because we've got a train coming, but I'll catch up with you guys in a second. All right, well, that was the longest train ever. Where were we? Oh, yes, Westmoreland Open Lace Bowl. Let's talk about the mug that I realized has a crack in it. How does this always happen to me? I just don't look that, I get so excited about the mugs that I really don't look that close. Paid $2 for this mug. Actually, you know what? I might just keep it for me and see how long I can put coffee in it before it starts leaking out. Because I really was just absolutely in love with this mug and the florals on it. I paid $2 for this. If I was to resell this, I would probably expect to get $8 to $12 for this. But because of the condition issues, it will now become my mug. See if the coffee comes out of it. It'll be fun. Let's talk about this mug. This mug I believe to be Otagiri. It is not marked, but it is possible that it had a sticker on it. It is seagulls, and it is just a seascape scene. It reminds me of New England, where I grew up. Probably more like Maine. Honestly, I didn't grow up in Maine. I grew up in Rhode Island. I moved to Pennsylvania, where there's no ocean. Paid $2 for this. These actually sell between $15 and $20, these seagull mugs. Now, when I was researching this, fun fact, if you guys have seen the movie Finding Nemo, there are seagull mugs out there with the little mine seagulls, and those sell for like $25 to $30. So keep your eyes open for those. They're Disney brand seagull mugs, and they just have the little mine seagulls on them, and they sell for 25 to 30 bucks. I never even thought, like, if I saw those, I would have been like, oh, Disney. And I wouldn't have thought twice, but there you go. Let's talk about this piece. Now, here's the thing about pieces like this. This is a ceramic arts piece, so this would have been, basically, people could do their own ceramics class. Similar to this was probably somebody got a kit or went to a party and painted this ceramic like they did the trees. Holland mold, Atlantic mold. This, I'm not sure which company this was, but it says Kitty. That's who made this. So she probably just put the glaze on it. The shape was already made. These pieces are a tough sell. The beauty is kind of in the eye of the beholder. So they're, you know, if you like it and you think that you can sell it, great. Don't pay too much money for it, because you might not be able to sell it, and then you'll be stuck with it. I paid $2 for this. It's made by Kitty. It's a little wonky. It doesn't want to like sit completely flat, but I loved the glaze. I liked that it had the Italian art glass shape, even though it's ceramic. So I decided to take a gamble with it. But pieces like this, art pottery pieces, and, you know, ceramic pieces that are painted by individuals are really just, the beauty is in the eye of the beholder. So buy at your own risk. So this is a napkin holder. Oh, thank you for saving me from the bug.
I drowned it.
Oh, that's one way to take care of them. So this is similar to the Holland mold Christmas trees that you see during the holidays with all the little lights in them, which can sell for very good money around the holidays. Just FYI, during the year, if you come across them for cheap, you can buy them. And the little lights, you can buy replacements. So if it's missing some lights, they're worth picking up if you can find them cheap. Personally, I buy them and I end up hoarding them. That's why you guys see me pass by them, is because I've got 7. And I buy them with the intention to resell, and then I just hold on to them. This is similar. This is probably a Holland mold or Atlantic mold piece. Somebody painted this. It's a napkin holder. It sells between $15 and $20. Maybe more around Christmas time. I don't know. I might wait until Christmas time. I haven't decided yet. We will see. Let's talk about, gosh, we've almost gone through everything. This is what I believe is bush pottery. I have a similar piece of vase that I recently found. It has the exact same texture, and that piece is bush pottery. So I'm going off of the texture. The marking on the bottom is very, very faint. It does have a mold mark on the bottom. I'm not seeing USA, and normally it would have a USA on the bottom, but because the mold mark is so faint, maybe the USA is there and I just can't see it. I'm not sure. But it's got this swirl, this kind of splatter, similar to the vase, which I don't have here. So I'm gonna call this bush pottery. Paid $3 for this. I would expect probably to get, I don't know, between 10 and 20 for it. I look at bush pottery and I'm not really able to figure out what is worth more and what is not. I'm still trying to get that trend. So I don't think this is a valuable piece as far as that goes. But I paid $3 for it. I'm going to be able to make my money back, and that's really all that I'm looking for. So let's see here. We can talk about this little instant coffee from Nobler, Japan. I honestly don't know how much this would be worth. Unfortunately, it would have had a little spoon that would stick through here, and you would use this for your instant coffee. But we don't have the little spoon. I don't know if I could get a replacement online. Possibly I could find a replacement for it. Of course, you don't even really need the little spoon. You could just set it on your counter and just use a spoon from your drawer if you really wanted it. I paid $3 for it. Without knowing the value, without having looked it up, I would expect probably to get between $15 and $20 for it. It seems to be a vintage piece. It says Japan on it, but it does have the original sticker, so paid $3 for that. Now this piece, oh my goodness, I was very shocked to find that this piece did not have a mark on it. So that can mean two things. Maybe the artist just didn't feel like putting their name on it, or maybe it came from Pier 1. I'm not really sure. I paid $6 for it. I didn't intend on selling this piece. I'm probably gonna hang on to it for a little while. It's very heavy, like almost stoneware, like super heavy, kind of like the antique Crocs, that kind of clay. And yeah, there's no maker's mark on it, which really surprised me because it is a nice piece. But then again, it could also be Pier 1. So I paid $6 for this. I'm not sure how much this would go for. It could also be for guacamole. Honestly, you could put a lot of guacamole in that. So maybe that's its purpose. I don't know. I was gonna put keys in it. So it shows how much I know. Now, I think we've covered pretty much everything that we got in the 2 shopping trips. So you're probably wondering what this lamp is doing out on the table. This lamp was actually gifted to Andrew and I by his dad. Where did your dad get this?
No idea.
No idea. His dad had this floating around for a while and just was like, hey, do you want this? I'm like, sure. He's like, you think you can sell it? Yeah, I'm sure I could. So he gifted this to us. It is a chalkware carousel lamp. More than likely it's from a nursery or something like that. Now, the thing about chalkware is, and you guys have seen this in my videos, chalkware gets damaged really easy. It gets chips, it gets cracks, you know, the painting starts to chip. This is in really good condition for being vintage chalkware, and the painting is really nice. So I was like, yeah, I'm sure I could sell that. So anyway, he gifted this to us and I was just gonna list it, and Andrew's like, well, include it in your haul tonight and talk about it. I'm like, yeah, okay, why not? So this is gonna go up in the next, either tonight or tomorrow, because I've got listings scheduled. See, I told you guys, I'm on top of it now. Not really. There won't be any listings in a couple days. Anyway, I really like this lamp. It just needs a nice shade, but I'm not sure. Chalkware is kind of a hard sell right now. It's not really selling for a whole lot of money. And if you're out and about and you come across a chalkware lamp, keep in mind that it is very difficult to ship. It is very heavy and it is very fragile. So that means lots of packing materials. So if you come across a chalkware lamp, this one is small. It's a small scale, so it can fit in like a relatively small box, but some of the chalkware lamps are massive and like detailed, like the Art Deco ones, the mid-century ones, and then you're gonna get yourself into trouble. So just be careful when you're out there buying chalkware, because very fragile, very heavy, very expensive to ship, and the chances of it breaking are very high. So anyway, this is everything we got. I hope you guys enjoyed this haul video, and tomorrow, Andrew, well, today, you guys are watching this video, Andrew and I are going to be at the bins, digging through bins. So be prepared for some bins videos. I think that pretty much sums it up. I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and if you've spotted something that you just can't live without, don't worry. I've put a link to our Etsy store down in the description.